live here at MountCast Studios. We about 7:20 on a Wednesday evening here with my podcast bros Ryan and Leo.
How are we doing today, guys?
Pretty great. It's a solid week. So
pretty humpy on this hump day.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've hit the hump of the week, have we not?
We have.
It's like the downslope of the hump, you know.
Yeah,
well, I mean, unless it's like on the bell curve of the week, Wednesday is like the whole top of it, or is it just like how much of the top, you know?
Right. Now let me ask you this. So we're
talking is it like all the other days flat and the hump only exists on Wednesday,
right.
or is just the climax of the hump on Wednesday?
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. I wonder about, you think about a hump, you think about like a hill, a mountain, if you will.
Mound.
And that one works as well.
Obstacle.
Would you rather go up said mountain, hill, obstacle, mound, or fall down? Not go down, but fall down.
Now that I think about it, though, I feel like when people say hump day, they mean you're getting over the hump, like, because then you just got Thursday, Friday, and then you got the weekend, right?
Right.
So it's like Wednesday, like maybe like midday Wednesday, or maybe the end of, maybe like, I don't know, just like the whole like middle part of the day on Wednesday is where it starts to even out at the top, and then you start going downhill, as in like it's easier to go downhill, not as in like negatively going downhill.
I gotcha. So it's not like, and it was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
It's more like, and then it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, exactly. There is in Due Date a Robert Downey Jr. Zach Galifianakis movie from like 2009.
Is that how you say that?
Zach Galifianakis?
I was going to go with Galifianakis.
Galifianakis?
Something of that nature.
Yeah.
All right,
we'll tweet him. We'll tweet him so we get pronunciation.
Yeah, we will.
But just like a thing where he was like, my papa always used to say it's all uphill from here, and he was like, well, doesn't that mean it's like harder because you're going uphill? He was like, well, yeah, but you want to be going up, right? And he's like, yeah, but the saying is it's all downhill from here, and it's just the whole movie is just like Robert Downey Jr. being mean to Zach Galifianakis, and it's a pretty good one. But anyway, that's Hump Day, right?
That
History of Hump Day.
Officially
a deep analysis.
Exactly. Don't expect to find that on our dictionary.
That's what you come here for, guys. You know.
Education, massaging of the ears, as well as so in-depth massaging of the ears that we are now also delving into massaging your brain.
Exactly, all the way past the eardrums into the hippocampus.
Yeah,
right?
That's the one I was gonna go with too.
Amygdala, all that good stuff.
The left lobe, the right lobe, the front lobe, the back lobe.
Middle lobe.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Earlobe. I feel kind of feel like a parent in a way. You know, the podcast went up yesterday. I wasn't available for that one, and it just went off without a hitch, without me. You know,
yeah.
And I'm just really proud. And I mean, it's not like I'm the only parent of this podcast, or really even a parent. But I also just feel very podcast has got to leave the nest and spread its wings a little bit. And I think Ryan, or it's pronounced the same, right? Ryan.
It's Ryan.
Yeah, it's Ryan.
Well, I wasn't saying other Ryan, Ryne, and Safwan are really spread their wings a little bit yesterday, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, even if you don't see yourself as a parent, it's cool to be the cool uncle that all the little kids love, but then the rest of the family hates because you don't have kids of your own and you're off enjoying your life. That's totally okay.
Exactly.
That's what I strive to be. So yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. It's cool to see the brand grow.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful stuff.
It is.
All right, guys. So today, you guys enjoyed that 2-hour delay today?
Oh, I
very
did.
much so.
Very nice.
I was already awake when I got this. Like, I was awake and ready to go, and then they said go back to bed. So I was like, all right.
I was staying up late last night watching that Warriors OKC game, and I was like, I heard some chatter in my Harrington front desk group chat that some inside information. We might have a 2-hour delay, and we had a 2-hour delay on the first day of class this semester too, right? So I was like I know like what the deal is with 2-hour delays now, and I was just hoping for one, and it came through, so that was nice.
Yeah, for sure.
But because I had an 8 a.m. too.
Ooh.
And so it's like double
Lucky
nice.
Man. Yeah. No, mine really didn't affect me.
That day.
Generally, I got like tutoring at 9, but my tutor was ill, so I knew that ahead of time, and then
Getting ill? She was dropping a mixtape?
No, her child got her sick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not as fun.
Again, good idea to be the cool uncle without kids. Just to reiterate. But anyway, so after that, my first class was at 11 anyway, but at the end of the day, it worked out for others, so I got to see them before classes started, and it was a good start to my hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Anyway, so I ended up with some extra time this morning. Decided to, hop on that Mega Share, that 1, 2, 3 movies.
There you
that what's the other one, like Put Lockers?
Yes.
All those good movie watching vehicles.
Very, very legal.
And I watched Flatliners, the 2017 film featuring Ellen Page of Inception.
Okay.
And who was the other person that I said? I don't know. Got a couple people in it based on like the 1990s one, Flatliners. I decided
great reviews, right?
Oh well, no. I decided to watch it because it had a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I kind of had this theory that like if a movie is gonna be that bad and you expect it to be that bad, then it's like you're either gonna be like impressed with how bad it is,
right,
or you're gonna be impressed that it actually isn't that bad, and the margin for actually being bad and disappointing you when you expected it to be bad is very slim,
I feel like when the reviews are that bad, the bar's already set so low.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get worse.
That happened to me with Bright, too, on Netflix. Everybody was like, oh, it's the worst movie ever. And I watched it, and I was like, if it was the worst movie ever, then I liked it as the worst movie ever. But it's like, if someone... It's all about perspective,
Well, that's the whole deal with the movie The Room, correct? It's like people
Oh,
watch it because
yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Like the very worst. I've never seen it, but like people say it's the worst motion picture ever produced. Therefore, people watch it for that reason. And recently, Dave and James Franco worked on a movie that not only contained the movie The Room, but also was them
making the movie.
Exactly, the production of it. So it looks interesting. I'm a big Dave James Franco guy. I don't know which is which, so I have to like them both.
What's the name of the movie that is about making The Room again? The Disaster Artist.
Disaster Artist. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, Disaster Artist won a couple of awards and different things.
Did it?
But yeah. Anyway, watch Flatliners. Pretty good. Pretty bad good. Some things where there were just a couple lines where I just had to pause and just laugh for a minute, just because they just deliver them with just the most sincerity. Because they're good actors,
Right.
The other actor was Diego Luna from Rogue One, Captain Calrissian, something like that. I don't know. From Rogue One, Star Wars. And it's like, they're good actors. Ellen Page from Inception, great actor. But they just were given a whole load of crap on that script, and they just did their best, and I enjoyed watching it.
It's also based in reality. I heard Bill Hader does like to fit in at least one F-line session.
One F-line session a week. That's a deep cut right there.
Without a doubt. If you know what that's from, tweet us.
Yeah, we have chicken to give away still, right?
We have one, yeah.
All right, well,
one piece of chicken.
That's
may or may not have a bite taken out of it. I don't know who's responsible.
I'm pretty sure we already went into this bit, but all the chicken right now is just in Ryan's dorm room in his mini fridge, just cold right now.
Yeah.
So it's in good condition if anyone's wondering and they're feeling like they want to get their hands on some of that cold, reheatable chicken,
Yeah, we got microwaves.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't burn it and make everyone go outside because it's very cold. I gotta say, now that I think about it, we're pretty lucky that we had all those fire alarms when it was warmer. Because if it's cold, that's a much less fun experience. It's already not a fun experience.
Yeah, especially in the middle of the night. No one wants to go out in like pajamas in the snow.
You just gotta hate on this so you can set off the alarms. That just
okay.
That rubs me the wrong way.
Coming from a guy who
blew
up the washing machine.
He's learned his lesson.
Listen, everyone. I'm gonna set the record straight.
He's come to the promised land of not setting off a fire alarm.
It's a washer. How does a washer catch on fire? It's made of water.
Wait, is a washer wet? That's a new question. Is a washer
we'll have
wet?
to ask Ryan on the next pod.
Can a washer be on fire?
I was so salty. I wound up getting an email. And it said, whoever's responsible, I think everyone got the email. Whoever's responsible, your wet clothes are in a trash bag.
You'll be receiving a flogging in the quad.
That's right.
Come get your clothes.
I go down to the police officer's office here at the Mount, and I say, hey there.
They immediately drew their weapons on you.
Exactly. I walk in there, I look at him and say, hey there, we might have to use a little bleep here, but I said, hey there, I'm here to pick up the clothes for the dumbass who lit the washer on fire. And they just look at me and they're like, all right, kid, here you go. And they hand me this trash bag filled with just soaking wet clothes. I go upstairs and immediately just toss them in the dryer.
Well, bag it all. The bag melts to the clothes.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. It was an interesting encounter. But anyway, the cops here are great. They're good guys, so yeah.
They let us in when we get locked out of our podcast studio here.
Yeah, they do.
But speaking of fire alarms, kind of like a crazy like thing that could really make us go viral, you know? And okay, if this does happen, it wasn't any of us, so we're not liable. But if a fire alarm went off like mid-pod, you know, and then we ended up like outside with everyone, and then it's like everyone just kind of sitting around, kind of talking to people they know, and then all of a sudden we're running a pod out there, like people would be, you know, I feel like that would be a good environment to have a pod. So maybe next time there is a fire alarm, not that any of us caused it, but we would just take advantage of that situation if it were to happen. You know, we could, you know, you could use that time, you know, bust out our high quality mic and maybe do some podding.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be a good idea.
Yeah, that just excited me a lot.
Or maybe sometime we can just start yelling, whoop, 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 whoop.
Or honestly, if we just started like going around like really frantically yelling, emergency pod in the quad, emergency, but like say it like it's like try to freak people out.
Yeah,
and
maybe
then,
don't
you know?
don't enunciate the word pod in the quad. Just emergency, emergency.
Yeah, and just see if we can get people outside.
Right.
Yeah,
I like
that would be probably like kind of in the vein of like yelling fire in a theater.
Yeah.
But not as bad because there's plausible deniability to it, you know, because you're saying
Yeah,
emergency pod.
Exactly.
And people are like, oh, it's a pod. And it's like, oh, it's from outer space. No, just kidding. It's a podcast. Ah,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, gotcha.
Now you're on our podcast.
Yeah. How do
now,
you feel?
hey, you got to subscribe or you can't go back in the building ever. Hold people's Google, YouTube accounts hostage.
That's right.
Subscribe or you're kicked out. And that's why I'm running for president of MSJ. No, just kidding. President Williams, we love you.
He's a great guy. What a man. We're just sued everywhere.
I gotta tell you, I feel a lot looser right now. This was actually lower on our outline here, but we are now verified on YouTube.
We are.
By Mark Zuckerberg himself. You know, our man Ryan went to Washington, D.C., 1700 Pennsylvania Ave, or 1701 Pennsylvania Ave, you know, the Facebook Blue House right next to the White House of America, where Mike Zuckerberg, you know, is in charge of the internet, as we all know. And we were like, Ryan was like, hey, we need to get verified on here because these 15-minute limits are just not doing it for us at MountCast, right?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't getting it done for our followers. We had to really step up our game.
Yeah, you had to, isn't you have to watch The Social Network 14 consecutive times before you can get a meeting with Mark Zuckerberg, is that right?
That is correct, yes.
And
you can't blink during that process either.
Yeah,
You're not
exactly.
allowed. If you blink, you must
You have to start over, yep,
Yeah,
and you only get 2 tries.
It's rough,
so.
you know, you gotta moisten those eyeballs every now and then, but you just gotta power through it. Our man Ryan did it for us, and what a man. We value him greatly, and he's doing his job as a Mount guy.
Believe it or not, it was harder to get into the Facebook headquarters than it was to get into the White House.
Yeah,
Wow,
of course.
really?
I mean, yeah, you gotta think. I'm doing hand scales right here. On one hand, we got, you know, democracy.
Okay. On the left hand. On the left hand.
You got democracy. On the other hand, you've got the entirety of the internet. You know, you got the memes.
Right.
You got all the, you know, books are important.
Uh-huh.
YouTube itself has like just so much content. So you see which way the tails skip, or
Right, exactly.
which way the scales tip.
Yeah.
you know how it goes. Anyway, point being, we now are not limited to 15 minutes on our podcast.
We can talk all day.
I mean, that's literally something we discussed. Is an all-day pod.
I think it'd be
so.
cool.
That's a little tease for you guys. What were you saying, Ryan?
The limits are endless. Now, if you want a 24-hour pod, just let us know.
Ear candy. We were talking about you guys are going to be having some ear candy overdoses. All right.
Yeah.
Like, and especially now, you know, we got Ryan and Sefwan, you know, bringing even more ear candy to your ears. It's really it's an overload, and I recommend, you know, you ease into it slowly, because if you just take in all that ear candy too fast, you're in for some trouble, I would say.
Yeah, it's scary also because I believe we also have Morgan and Sydney coming on here pretty soon.
Tomorrow, yes.
Tomorrow. And so you don't want to indulge yourself too much in the pods too fast.
In moderation.
Exactly, because otherwise you'll develop withdrawals when we don't have anything coming out, and you'll find yourself sticking some dum-dum suckers in your ears because you need that ear candy.
You need that sweet ear.
Exactly.
You'd have to have some big ears to fit a dum-dum sucker.
I don't know, dude.
I think,
next
honestly,
internet
maybe
challenge right there.
Maybe you give it a bunch of good licks and you get it smaller,
exactly.
and then you can fit it in there and just rub it around on that earlobe. But
Yeah.
it's still really not going to get past the eardrum into, you know, all the cortexes you needed it.
Exactly, the way that our voices do.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just watching this time tick right now. We're at about like 14:30, and like we could be like, all right, well that's our pod. Psych! We don't have to stop in 15 minutes anymore. Yeah.
Exactly. And the good news about it, you know, okay, so one thing I want to add in that I believe our plan is, maybe you guys can corroborate this, whether I'm right or wrong.
Corroborate.
Is that
a
believe
country?
That's the right word. I could be
Costa
wrong.
Rica?
Tweet us in if it's wrong. I don't really know. But
Collaborate.
if you guys
It's
are
clobbering
interested,
time.
Yeah, exactly, like the Hulk. Or no, the Thing.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
Continue.
But so...
Ow. Just
Funny
kick the
bone?
table. Kick the table.
Hate when that happens. But point being, if you're looking for specific content or a specific piece of information, I believe that in the description of our videos on YouTube, we're going to put little time tags on there so that you can skip ahead to that and stop listening to our nonsense.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
Right.
This year candy's only, it's on the way up. It's like if MountCast was a week, it's still Monday for us. We're still on the way up, rising. But we'll probably hit Wednesday sometime in the 2050s, and then our content, will get pretty porous and go downhill. But until then, you guys you all be dead by then, so it's all good.
I don't know, dude.
By the 2050s?
3050s is what I meant to say.
Okay.
it'll be me,
Hey.
me and Leo's great grandchildren will be running this pod.
Maybe yours. I'm going to be the cool uncle.
Oh,
without
right.
kids.
Forgot about that. But yeah, he could have some nieces and nephews. Anyway, we're gonna you know what the deal is.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep coming with this sweet ear candy.
Although with modern medicine, what does he say? With modern medicine,
Yeah,
I
well,
don't think
we
there's
can
any
live till
reason-
110.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of 110, we've got a famous birthday today.
We do.
This man is 110. We're gonna tweet out his picture. This guy, if you haven't ever heard of him, I hadn't heard of him until today. What a dashing fellow, Buster Crabbe.
I believe that the term hunk is derived from this man.
This guy, is he related? Is Mr. Crabbe based on him? Just because the last name, they're really not similar otherwise. But, so we got Buster Crabbe, graduated from University of Southern California, USC, in 1931. He was an actor, and he was Flash Gordon, a classic. A few other movies, maybe you could ask your grandparents about. That's My Boy, King of the Jungle, from Scottsdale, Arizona. An Olympian?
He was an Olympian.
He was an
Wow.
Olympic swimmer, right?
How about that? Taking on Michael Phelps.
Yeah, exactly. Like Michael Phelps, he's pretty good, got some medals. This guy makes Michael Phelps look like he needs floaties in that water,
Yeah, Michael Phelps looked up to this guy.
This guy could swim through gravy faster than Michael Phelps could run, probably.
I bet.
This guy's talented. Okay, but he's 110 years old today. Actually passed away age 75 in 1983. But just still as much of a hunk as the day he was born.
Oh,
It's
I
Buster
totally agree.
Crabbe, 110 years old.
I think I might have a new wallpaper, honestly.
I don't know, probably. We'll have to find a good 4 pictures to send out on that Twitter account. It's really, sometimes it's important to just look back at the past and appreciate, this guy. It's like the Zac Efron of his generation makes our Zac Efron look like a big pile of crap. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What a fella. Buster Crabbe.
I heard he was a great guy, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got a unitard picture here. It looks like from the Olympics.
He's got a picture in here where he's wearing some
Whoa.
form of something, and it's cheetah print.
They wore unitards to swim in the Olympics back then?
I don't know, man.
As opposed to just
think
like a
about
Speedo?
Like a Speedo, back in the day, that might have been
Been
a
a
little
little scandalous?
A little bit.
Wait. Were women allowed in the Olympics? Like, what year? All right, let's Google this. This is some live research. What year were women allowed in the Olympics? You should know this. You're the hockey Olympian here on the pod.
Yeah,
1900.
Okay.
Even in the early years of the modern Olympics, women were not well represented. Women first participated in the Paris Games, lawn tennis, and golf. So that's a big bang for you, to start it out.
Oh, no.
Two great sports, lawn tennis and golf.
The leopard leotard makes sense now. He was in King of the Jungle.
Oh, right. Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. I mean, hair goals, bicep goals, chin goals. The chin is crazy. Okay, we need to stop.
Yeah, we
gotta move on.
That's creating this discussion about this man's looks is creating enough of an L's for us already, but yet we still have to get to our
Oh
dubs
yes,
and L's.
of course. We're going out of order on this outline we got here. Itinerary outline, and we forgot very important. Actually, let me run back to one more thing before we hit dubs and L's.
Let's do it.
As we were talking about, when our content will start going downhill in 30-50, right?
Yeah.
Probably we'll sell out to some corporate sponsors, get those paychecks.
Right.
Just start making the whole thing a long commercial.
Got to make that bread.
And we've actually received some pressure from administration to start letting everyone know, stop dragging the furniture
Please, ladies and gentlemen,
in the lobbies. if you keep dragging the furniture, the university will close, almost definitely.
Without a doubt.
Don't drag
And not
the furniture.
They won't close in a snow day type way. They'll just say, you know what, we're not even going to kick you out. We're going to kick everyone out, including ourselves, because we're closing the university just because you're dragging some furniture, and that cannot be taken lightly.
Don't drag the furniture.
Just to reiterate, if you didn't hear us, please don't. Just do not drag the furniture.
Don't drag the furniture. All right, last point. We got dubs and L's. I've had this dub, or no, I'm sorry, this L. It's been boiling up on me for quite a while. It happened, like 3 weeks ago, and I just haven't been able to, work through my emotions to be able to share it with you guys. But, you guys like Uncrustables, right? Some peanut butter and jelly action already prepared for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Came home for Christmas. My mom was like, hey, we're going to Sam's Club. We're going to ball out, get you some Uncrustables, peanut butter M&Ms, all that good stuff.
Tell your mom to send me one.
And, got some nice jelly, peanut butter, grape jelly Uncrustables. Threw them on top of the old dresser. I was throwing back a few each night. 2 bites max. I can.
Oh, yeah.
Like nobody's business, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And turns out they need to be refrigerated if they're left out for more than like 8 hours or something.
No way.
Which
I did the same thing. I brought canned salsa back to school.
Canned salsa.
Or jarred.
This man is living the high life.
No,
I'm more of a pico de gallo kind of.
No, it was jarred salsa. I brought it back about.
Canned or jarred? Tell the truth, Ryan.
It was jarred.
Glass or plastic?
Glass.
Gotcha.
So after winter break, I brought it back. I opened it. And, same thing. I didn't think I needed to refrigerate it because it wasn't refrigerated before when it was sealed. So I just left it out, and sure enough, went bad.
Wow. Did you take a big bite of bad salsa though? Did that happen?
I did not. I read the label afterwards and realized that I probably shouldn't have that.
One time I didn't know that milk had to be refrigerated, so I was just left my milk out all day in the driveway and took a big old gulp. It turned into a nice cottage cheese. So that actually was a bit of a
delicious.
But anyway, finishing up these Uncrustable tragedy. I was like, they don't go like instantly bad, and it's not like it's like a soft downturn to being a terrible sandwich, And but I only ended up getting through about 3/4 of the box, and that last fourth I just had to trash, just because it just I think my mouth started to bleed when I started biting into them.
Hard, man.
Yeah, and I think Uncrustables lawyers were contacting me about. If you keep eating them after they're expired, then they'll sue you. And our MountCast lawyer that we have on retainer is pretty lazy. He didn't want to deal with that, so I was actually told, just throw them away.
That's the worst. I'm really sorry that happened to you, bud.
I appreciate that.
We learn our lessons. We move on. That's a tough one. That is.
This kind of connects to something you're like. When I was home, one of my friends, I got the idea to get Uncrustables from him because he had them, and he had them in his freezer. And we were like, we want to eat these, but they weren't thawed. And he had a whole box of them. And so we actually ended up playing kind of hockey soccer with some frozen Uncrustables. And that's what made me think. I was like, oh, you can freeze them, and then you can just leave them out. But you actually couldn't. But we actually had quite a fun night of Uncrustable hockey soccer.
Uncrustable hockey soccer.
Soccer, hockey.
Uncrustable dodgeball. Talk about a way to paint your white wall.
Frisbee dodgeball.
Wow,
bro, because a frisbee's pretty hard. If you get knocked right in the, right in the sniffer, the schnoz, right in the teeth, that's hardcore.
That is.
Wow, that's cutting edge. Sometimes we'll just ramble and we just come across some genius ideas.
Yeah, I tell you what. Trademark that real quick. Well, we just said, hey, TM on that. All right, trademarked.
Dodge disc. Wow.
Disc. And this one, you get hit in the teeth. You get hit in the mouth. Oh, you win!
Call up Vince Vaughn. We got the dodgeball remake Dodge Disc.
George Foreman has nothing on us.
This is incredible. I don't even know. Like, this is wow. I thought we were having a good pod. This just turned into a great pod.
It did, legendary in fact.
Wow.
All right, let's bounce on over to my dub/L, however you want to take it. I'm taking it as a dub. The other day, you guys have heard of pad thai, correct? Someone hands me something called Thai pad. And it was interesting. I really enjoyed the colors, It was white, it was green, it was blue, and it was kind of squishy. And this Thai pad was, again, not pad Thai, but Thai pad. I tried it, and it was a little bit of I don't want to say soapy, but it did kind of have a soapy flavor to it.
Did you die? Or you made it?
No.
Are you a ghost right now? I just touched him.
Why?
He's not.
Is there something bad about these Tide pads?
Did you want to tell him, or should I tell him?
I think you should give us that.
This is a Tide Pod.
Whoa.
This man doesn't have a Twitter. He doesn't know. Tide Pods are dangerous, man. It's not a joke.
Wait, no
He
way.
blows up washers. He doesn't know what a Tide Pod is. He eats one. How are you? Okay, you know what it is? It's all those years of bad Uncrustables that he ate that built up his body's immunity that he could ingest a Tide Pod and still make it and be here with us today.
Well, that's the
So
scary thing.
actually, you know, thank God for those bad Uncrustables.
Well, that's a scary thing. You said that's what allowed me to survive eating that Thai pad. And problem is, it wasn't it was multiple. I had about 8, 18, 45.
I wonder because who's that guy who like predicted the future?
What's that?
Nostradamus.
Yeah, that guy.
I wonder if Nostradamus maybe like invented pad Thai because he like anticipated that there were gonna be Tide Pods.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
And so it was like, you know, he anticipated that and then he invented pad Thai.
Interesting. I'm just still beside myself. I really thought it was Thai pad.
I mean, you know, we all make mistakes.
Darn it.
Probably about, you know, 50% of this podcast is a mistake. But, you know, we're going to post it anyway. And the sweet MountCast faithful are going to love this ear candy.
I really hope so. Let us know. Shoot us a tweeter. And fill us in on if you like Tide Pad.
I got one last thing to throw in here.
Right,
if you have any ideas, you know, I said, you know, our MountCast faithful, we need names. You know, like, you know, Justin Bieber's got Beliebers. Obama's got, you know, Barians, right? Like Barry.
I didn't know that one.
No,
but
I actually just made that up. But you know,
okay. Can I join?
Do we have MountCasters? Is that
MountCasters? It's like it's very like to the point, but I think we could think of something more fun. Like I don't know, you know. So hit us up if you have any ideas.
Yeah,
we're gonna
you
brainstorm some, and we're gonna hit you guys back with those. So then you know you can get your laptop stickers, your water bottle stickers. Let everyone know that this fandom is the most important fandom in your life. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is about us, all for us. I feel great. This has been a solid 27 minutes. Ebbs and flows, just like anything in life.
Right.
And I'm feeling good. You feeling good? We're over the hump. You guys ready to finish this week?
Yes,
I think so.
All right. Ready to sign off then?
Let's sign off.
All right. This is Noah here from the MountCast.
Leo.
Ryan.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Do not drag furniture.
Don't drag the furniture.
Don't do it.
Don't drag the furniture.